Now, one of the most confusing ratings on the ESRB is the E10 Plus rating. Now, this rating was added somewhat late last generation in the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox era. But I don't understand it. What constitutes something that can be viewed by, ages 6 and up, and something that can be viewed by ages 10 and up? Now, as you can see, I got 3 games here with the E10 Plus rating. I got Sonic Unleashed, I got Lego Star Wars 2, and I got WarioWare Smooth Moves. But what constitutes them from, Beautiful Katamari, NBA 2K9, and The Blob? Why do these have a rated E, and why do these have a rated E10 Plus? And it just doesn't fit. Now, I came to a couple of conclusions, and one of the conclusions was maybe it's because, if there's a little mild violence in it, or, just suggestive themes or things like that, that would keep 6, 7, and 8-year-olds, 8 and 9-year-olds, just, I don't want to deal, the parents don't want to deal with that stuff or something. But then, we have our little loophole here. Rayman Raving Rabbids. Now, if you ever play this game, there are several, views of torture of the bunnies and several suggestive themes and many innuendos within the game. So this makes me think, why would this game right here get an E, and this game, Lego Star Wars 2, which I find very, very less offensive, get an E10 plus? And I know what you're saying, Samuel. Why are you worrying about such things? Why bother? Well, one of the reasons I'm worried about the ERSB's decisions is because of one big factor. Nowadays, video games are prosecuted for a lot of things. We still have mini Jack Thompsons running around even though the main one is gone. That doesn't mean Jack Thompson is gone. That doesn't mean the beliefs of Jack Thompson have been completely eradicated from game politics. The thing about this is that when we, as a gaming community, when parents and these lawyers complain, we usually point to the ESRB as our rating system and say, well, just go tell them to look at the cover on the box. But if something confusing that doesn't clearly define an E10 and an E rating, then how are we going to know if the system works? Because the average parent, if they see E and they don't see the 10, how is that going to differentiate if they see the E without the 10? Maybe, in my personal opinion, if I was the ESRB, I would have grouped the 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and all those together, and just made the early childhood rating include up to 6 years old. Up to 9 years old. Because then it would be completely covered, and the E would be just 10 and over. And that would have made everything a lot simpler. It would have made the system a lot smoother, but it didn't get incorporated like that. Apparently, to beat early childhood, the game has to fit with under 5 years of age. Now, there's not that many early childhood games, and I really don't see the need to fragment the system further and add a new rating. Because all this is doing is complexing the system, which would, confuse parents a lot. And give more viable reason to the mini Jack Thompson out there to say that the rating system doesn't work. We're already restricted as it is, having to show IDs in order to pick up video games as if they were cigarettes. But imagine what they'll make us do, and we'll have to actually fragment the system even further if this confusion continues. It says there's no clarification or documentation on the site of the ESRB to define an E10 to an E10 plus to an E rating. What do you guys believe? Do you think that? I personally think that the E10 plus rating should be eliminated. I don't even see why I was there in the first place. Fragmenting the system is just, they're really complex in the system. There is no reason to have an E10 plus rating, and there are several just loopholes without the recent rating years. There is no clear. I just don't see any way I could define something that is appropriate for 6-year-olds that's also not appropriate for 10-year-olds. Or, something that's appropriate for 10-year-olds that's also appropriate for 6-year-olds. I think by the time you reach age 6, everything that you're going to learn up until age 10 is already covered. I would like to hear your opinion on this. I personally think that this could be a big deal in the future. So I know what you're saying. Why are you, you know, worried about this? It's just that, this is the kind of stuff that makes the mini Jack Thompsons tick. I mean, also look at the adult ratings, and that's another whole other rant within itself about how the adults only rating is just ridiculous because Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo don't even allow it on their consoles. But that's for another time, another rant. If you want to hear that rant, go ahead and say on the bottom. But what do you guys think? Samuel out.